In this tips and tricks video, I want to show how you can use tools in ArcGIS Pro to make your map more accessible to people living with disabilities. The first tool that I want to talk about is the colorblind viewer, and this came out with ArcGIS Pro 3.0. I'm currently using 3.1.1. This tool is available in both layout and map views, and I'm going to show you this in layout. To get to it, you go to the View tab. And in the accessibility group, you have this button called Color Vision Simulator. And if I click the drop down, you can see that they offer 3 different views. So I'm going to turn on the green blind color vision. And what's nice about doing this in layout view is that you can include your legend and compare the legend categories to the map to make sure that it's easy to distinguish which category is assigned to which location on the map. I can see up here that my densely settled and my urban colors are really close to each other. So it would be wise to go back and make some adjustments to my color palette to have a little more contrast for folks that have this type of color blindness. You can also switch to red blind or blue blind to get a quick preview. And this button is just a toggle button, so you turn it on and off with a simple click. If you're in map view, it's in the same place. View tab, accessibility group, color vision simulator. The second thing I want to talk about is how to make accessible PDFs for people that are using assistive technologies such as screen readers. So in this case, I have a map, and if I want to share it as a PDF, I go to the Share tab and then click Export Layout. And you can see over here that it's already defaulted to PDF. And I'm not going to make any changes. I'm just going to click Export. And what that will give me is a PDF that looks like this, which looks perfectly fine. But when you go to read and use the assistive technology that's available in Acrobat Reader, you'll notice there's a little bit of a problem.
Kansas counties by Pierre Class Sheridan Mitchell Graham Clay Republic Cheyenne Rawlins Jewel Smith Phillips Decatur Washington Norton Marsh.
So what the screen reader's doing is reading every bit of text it can find on the page, starting with the title and then going through all 105 counties, which really isn't a good experience for those users. So the first thing I'm going to do is switch over to this accessibility tab that's only available when you use a PDF. Notice if I switch to JPEG or TIFF or any of these other options, that option isn't available. This is specifically for PDF exports. So I get this accessibility tag, and the first thing I'm going to do is check this box, include accessibility tags. And what that will do is give some hints to the screen reader as to what it should and shouldn't read, and help it sort of ignore text that is not particularly useful. Second up, I'm going to add some PDF metadata, which will help screen readers get context for what is in the document. But the other nice thing about populating this metadata is that it makes your PDF more discoverable to search engines. So if you upload this PDF to your website and someone uses Google and is searching for it, it's going to be easier for the search engine to find this based on the keywords, title, and whatnot. So just by checking that and filling that out, I hit export again, and now I have this map. So let's listen to what the screen reader sounds like with this.
KDHE Pierre Class, 2020. Kansas counties by Pierre Class.
So now what it did was ignore the map and ignore the legend, and then it read this title down here, and then it read the title of my document. So we're better, but we can still do better beyond that because I'd like it to read the title first. So I'm going to go back, and the order that the screen reader will use will match your drawing order in your contents pane. So I'm going to grab my title, and I'm going to drag it all the way up to the top of my drawing order. And that way the screen reader knows I want you to read this first. Then the other thing I'm going to do is go to the properties on my map, and notice you have this accessibility menu that's collapsed. So I'm going to expand it. And what you can see in here is that I've added in some text that explains what's in the map. So it describes the maps. It starts with frontier counties, which are those with with fewer than 6.0 people per square mile, and then it lists all the counties in that category. And then it goes to the next category and the next category. So by adding this, when the screen reader gets to my map, it's going to read this alternate text instead. So now when I click export, here's my final product. And when I read it out loud, I get this.
Kansas counties by peer class. Frontier counties, which are classified as those with fewer than 6.0 people per square mile, include Barber, Chase, Chautauqua, Cheyenne, Clark, Comanche.
And now we've got something that is useful and can convey information to people using assistive technologies. That's what we're going to cover